Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We are out at Fujikura headquarters. Gonna check out the new Ventus Black, Red, and I think they have a new Evo 5. And I've got one of the greatest fitters in the world, Marshall. You guys all remember him. For today, we're gonna be trying out the new Honma driver. It's the XP1 T World. It looks really clean, black top, a really clean finish, and then we're gonna be going with the new Ventus 6X blue. This is the current gamer that I have in my Callaway, so we'll see how it goes.
Right now we tested the Honma with the Ventus Blue, and ball speeds look good at 156. I don't see a lot of difference between, your high and your low, which is good. That means that all of them, are relatively close to the center of the face. Even on your mishits are looking good. Your launches are great. They're finding that window average of 13.5. Your starting direction's just a little bit right of the line, which is fine because we're playing a little bit of a draw. Averaging about 2600, which that's not a bad spin rate to have, but given our launch is close to 14, it causes my descending angle just to come in a fraction steep, and I think that we could get a little bit more rollout if something would come in a little bit flatter. You're controlling it real well though. I mean, soft draw, dead straight, falling a little bit left, and one that we, cut 2 yards. Carrying at 271 and totals 291, with your longest being 301. But I think if we just flatten that out just a fraction, we'll get a little bit more tumble, but overall it's pretty good.
Also, a quick thank you to Sean over at Golf Bald for setting all this up for me. Really appreciate it. Go check them out. He's got some great content on his channel. Okay, so we just went from the Ventus Blue, which gave us some pretty good numbers. We're going to try the Ventus Black right now, and then the Evo 6.
The main difference between black and blue is with the black you're going to get a little stiffer profile in the handle and the midsection. They have honestly very similar tip section. That was what was so unique with the Ventus Blue, was that it was incredibly stable and stiff in the tip, and we couldn't really go any stiffer during the black one. However, we did stiffen up the midsection and the handle for guys that loaded a little bit more aggressively from the top. So we'll give it a try, see if we can flatten that flight just a little bit.
So my carry was 275, my rollout was 296 with the black, and then for the blue it was 271 carry, 291 rollout.
And your spin's about 200 RPMs lower, which that's what we were kind of looking for with that launch, was to get the spin just a little bit lower so our descending angle could come in sub 40, and it did just that. So really, really good.
So what's next?
We're gonna try Evo 6. This is brand new for this year, kind of a mid-low launch, mid-low spin profile. It's part of the Evolution family, which has been on our lineup for a number of years, so it utilizes that metal composite technology up towards the top of the handle. But what they did was they added that pitch woven 70-ton material, which is also pitch 70-ton is used in our Ventus. This is a pitch woven that is now used in our Speeder Evolution. So we're going to give it a try and see what you think.
Okay. Alright, so we got the new setting with the Ventus Black. It's the 6S, but Marshall just tweaked it a little bit for my swing, and we'll see if it has some improvement.
After hitting all 3 shafts, to me the Ventus Black works the best because our launch was a little bit lower. It was averaging about 12.8 degrees and our spin was in that 2400 range. Ventus Blue was good. Its launch was, a half degree, maybe a little bit more than a half degree higher. Spin rate was 2500, so it was about, almost 100 to 200 RPMs more than Ventus Black. Evo 6, we had Pretty good ball speed. It was similar to Ventus Black. However, our spin rate was a little bit higher at that 2600 number range. So by having that higher spin and a little bit more launch with Ventus Blue and Evo 6, our descending angle came in a little bit steep. That's why I like Ventus Black. It was just a little flatter flight. Descending angle was good. You controlled it better. I mean, your offline numbers were 5.1 right on average versus the other ones were a little bit larger. And you got a little bit more carry and a little bit more total rollout. So I like Ventus Black.
Okay, good. Hit that drive a little bit off the neck, but it still went 270 and felt pretty good. First fairway missed with the Honma, still feels good. It was just a bad swing. Left rough again. I feel like that one, I don't know if it was me or not, so it could be a trend that I'm having with this driver. And although it looks really good and it feels good, I feel like it's coming out a little bit left on me, just organically. Okay, so my final review for the Honma XP1 T World. I'm going to give you a couple different categories to try and give you guys an overall score. First thing I'm going to go with is distance. I'm going to go ahead and give it like an 8.1 for distance. I think it's a really good driver. Spin rate might be just a fraction high. So also for spin rate, I'm going to give it an 8.3. And then looks and setup, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9.1. Looks great, sets up great, it's black, it's clean. Really like the way it looks and sets up. Ball speed, I think I'm going to go ahead and give it like a 7.8. Compared to my Callaway Epic flash driver, I think the ball speed's a little bit lower than what I currently have in my gamer. The feel of the driver, I'm gonna go ahead and give like a 7.5. Doesn't have that feel that I'm looking for. It still feels good, but not quite what I'm used to and what I like. That's kind of a dead sound. Affordability on the Honma driver XP1, I'm gonna say it's a 6.8. You know, it's $599. It is pretty pricey. You know, so if you've got that kind of money with the Fujikura shaft that we threw in there also, it's gonna run you close to $1,000, and it's gonna be a little bit out of most people's price range, but good driver. I like the looks of it. Overall, we need to add all those up together, and it comes out to, I didn't do my math on that. My swing performance today, I'm gonna have to give probably a 7.8, 7.9. I wasn't on my game, no warm up. Just came out of the car, straight to the first tee. So my swing wasn't on point either today, so I think that tells a lot about a driver. I did hit some fairways, but I was missing quite consistently left. And then when I did flare one out on the last hole on hole number 9, it didn't really seem like it went anywhere, and the spin rate was pretty high.